What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hello, hello. It is We Grow Wednesday episode. Well, we don't have episode numbers on Wednesdays, but we do have a date. It is May 5th, May 7th, 2025. Let's go. We're going to play a little intro. If you're watching this, you might be catching the replay. Check out the show. Let me know what you think and leave a comment below. I'll get back to you. I will be hitting some likes and shares. If you could help me out with that, I would appreciate it. We'll be right back in 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Let's grow.
Tune in, turn up to the sound of green. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, a podcast supreme. Episode by episode, wisdom he unfurls. At Indoor Farmer, changing our world. From comedy nights to what is bolting. Each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear. Learn to grow, laugh and cheer. With every upload, a new chapter to read. From the seeds of doubt to the bounty of need, he shares his journey, his trials, his love. For the soil beneath and the sky above. From comedy night to what is bolting. Each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear. Learn to grow, laugh and cheer. In every episode, he plants a seed of knowledge, laughter and indeed. A community grows, listeners unite under the banner of Indoor Lights. He talks a perception of what we think we see. Let's talk perception, an episode to be. From people in boxes to what's growing on. His voice, his passion, forever strong. From comedy night to what is bolting. Each review, each tale keeps us all jolting. The Indoor Farmer Reviews, it's the show to hear. Learn to grow, laugh and cheer. So here's to At the Indoor Farmer, our guide, our friend. With every episode we learn how to bend to the will of nature. Within four walls, the Indoor Farmer Reviews, where wisdom calls. Hey there, folks, gather around. Got a tale to tell, it's quite profound. About a show where wonders bloom. Right here in your own living room. Under the lights, in a cozy space. The Indoor Farmer sets the pace. With stories of the small and grand. Discoveries in every land. Oh, the Indoor Farmer Reviews, shining light on what's new. From the craftsman to the dreamer, come and see what we feature. There's a shop down the street where the coffee.
All right. What's up, guys? It is Wednesday morning. We Grow Wednesday every week. And here, buddy, I'll give you your cookie now. You've been so patient. There you go. Yes. It is May 7th, 2025. We're going to be getting into it. I got plenty to talk about. Oh, hey, Rumble chat's working. Awesome. At least one of the chats is working. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming, Brenda. All right, so if you all could hit that like button and share us out with some friends. If you think it's important to make health, wellness, food, farming, all that good stuff part of our mainstream culture, part of our news, part of our regular intake of information. Now, today I have a little bit of a controversial topic on the main title because a few days ago, President Trump has signed an executive order, which I don't know why he did. We're going to look into this because gain of function research was supposed to be already illegal. So I don't know. I guess maybe they broadened like the wording. We're going to find out. We're going to check out the video and look at that here in a minute. But there's always other things going on. It is mental health awareness month, and of course there are some tragedies already happening, have already happened this month, and multiple actually. If I'm hearing just some I don't know. It's almost like there's a boiling up of emotions, of a feeling of regret or uselessness. It seems like a middle-aged thing. Middle-aged men, multiple, like 3 or 4 that I know of in the past couple of months, and including the last few days, have attempted or actually committed suicide. So it is not a thing to joke, because every person that you talk to may be going through something that's impossible to imagine, possible for you to imagine going through. So that's what I always try to do. I always try to go through life like that. Sometimes I respond on the social media to people, and I think, well, I don't know what that person's going through, but I do like to match energies. You know what I'm saying? We match energies. But we're gonna look into. Let me share in my screen here. I do have a few stories we're going to check out. We usually check out a few websites too to see what's going on with our food and farming and such. And we throw in a little marijuanamoment.net in there as well. Share the audio. Here we go. Accidentally booped it. All right. This one. Okay. So we're going to get right into the one of the bigger things that I saw. I mean, I don't necessarily think this is that big of news, because I think we already thought it was illegal, and so we're going to see what they say here. We'll listen to the second one first. How long is this one? 1 minute, same video. Okay, let's check this out. See what happened. I mean, I didn't really pay that much attention. I just saw that they'd signed an executive order. It's supposed to be says banning the federal funding of gain of function research. I don't know. I thought we were supposed to be, that was already illegal. We'll see what happens here. Let's see. In fact, I need to turn up the audio. No, actually, should be all right.
The first relates to gain of function research. Gain of function research is a type of biomedical research where pathogens are adulterated, viruses are adulterated to make them more potent or to change the way that they function. Many people believe that gain of function research was one of the key causes of the COVID pandemic that struck us in the last decade. What this executive order does, first of all, it provides powerful new tools to enforce the ban on federal funding for gain of function research abroad. It also strengthens other oversight mechanisms related to that issue and creates an overarching strategy to ensure that biomedical research in general is being conducted safely and in a way that ultimately protects human health more.
It's a big deal. It could have been that we wouldn't have had the problem we had.
Right? A lot of people say that, sir.
If we had this done earlier. Thank you.
So I want to look up some critics on this, because I wonder what's different about what was already in law. That's what we want to find out.
An historic day, the end of gain of function research funding by the federal government, and also controls by private corporations on gain of function studies. This was the kind of study that was engaged in by the United States military and intelligence agencies beginning in 1947. By 1969, the CIA said that they had reached nuclear equivalency, that they could kill the entire U.S. population for 29 cents a person. That year, President Nixon went to Fort Detrick and announced a unilateral end to this kind of research, what they call dual-use research, research that was for vaccination and also for military purposes. He then persuaded over 180 countries to sign the Bioweapons Charter in 1973. That basically ended gain-of-function research around the globe until 2002. Or 2001, after the anthrax attacks, we passed the Patriot Act, and the Patriot Act had a provision, a little-known provision in it, that said that although the Bioweapons Charter is still in effect, and the Geneva Convention is still in effect, U.S. federal officials who violate it cannot be prosecuted. And that relaunched a bioweapons arms race, and that was driven by gain-of-function research. In 2014, 3 of those bugs escaped from U.S. labs, and President Obama declared a moratorium on future use, and instead a lot of that research was moved offshore to the Wuhan lab. And it launched bioweapons arms race all around the country, all around the world, so that China's engaged in it, developing all kinds of weapons using AI and CRISPR technologies that are really devastating. Russia is deeply engaged in it, Iran and many other countries. It's a kind of weapon that always has blowback. There's always bad news. And the justification for this kind of weaponry was, and these kind of research, was always that we have to do this to develop vaccines to counter a future pandemic. In all of the history of gain-of-function research, we can't point to a single good thing that's come from it. And
that's
today,
the problem.
I commend President Trump for his courage and his vision in ending U.S. bioweapons research.
All right. So, I mean, look, I get it. You know, there's some people that just have this visceral hate for anything on the side of Trump. But it's funny because before Trump and after Trump, they will still have this visceral hate for the othering of people with other ideas. But what I was going to say is that what I think is that there's still going to be people that have a problem with this. Oh, you know, it's bad in some way, some way that it's bad, you know. So, okay, same video. Okay, so
The first relates to
comment below what you
research.
think. Do you think gain of function research was helpful, or was it going to find some major breakthroughs for us, or are we just being overly cautious now? Like, what's the take? So let me know in the comments below, and if you're commenting on the replay, I'll probably get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so we also got this here. Wait, is that the right one? Oh, cellular health for the win from from Angela Griffiths, DC. I think she's a doctor. Yeah, she's a doctor, Dr. Angela. Getting a bit frustrated, constantly hearing that all dysfunction in the body is due to parasites. Hogwash, she says. 1, provide nutrients and following cellular health theory. We need to provide nutrients and substrate for energy and protect against things that can damage cells, which can include parasites, among other things. Your body is made up of trillions of cells, and each one is a tiny powerhouse working hard to keep you healthy, energized, and resilient. The cellular health theory emphasizes protecting these cells from damage and supporting their optimum function to promote overall wellness. What does that mean, and why should you care? Let's break it down. Okay, I like following quite a few health professionals on X, and she's one of them. Like, so you're going to look down through her comments, and she's going to break it down. And that is a big thing now. We're looking at the micronutrients. We're looking at, you know, cellular health, mineral intake, all that good stuff. So, you know, I meant to message my friend Hamad to see if he wanted to come on. I tell you what, guys, if you haven't let me show you here. If you haven't gone over to X, follow me on X. X is not really a great place for podcasting, but we are live on X right now. And if you would like to help me out, you can hit that like button and you can comment below. See, this is not, there's no live chat because of some kind of weird error between Rumble and X. I don't know how to fix it, but you can comment down below here on the post itself. Just remember that is a permanent comment. So comment something about the show. So, tell people that you liked it or something. I don't know. Tell people to come watch it. Okay, so back to Apothecarol, a nurse who I like to follow, and we listen to her on Sunday mornings for about an hour before my show. Um, these are numbers now. Keep in mind, these are infections. Okay. Let's take a moment to digest this chart. Risk of death, vaccines versus disease. Interesting. Okay. Shows the disease, risk of death, risk of vaccine death. Every case, the risk of death from the vaccine exceeds the risk of death from the disease. That is interesting. So it's saying 1 in 42 million, and the vaccine is 1 in 76,341. So let's look at some of these that we see here. Tinnitus, or tet- tetanus. No, I don't know what that is. Pertussis, I've heard of that one. Polio, measles, mumps, rubella, varicella, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, HIV, uh, pneumococcal pneumonia, and penegoccal. I don't know what that is. Maybe they're both influenzas, I guess. Let's see, or pneumonias. I think pneumococcal is a pneumonia, if I'm not mistaken. You believe that, Brenda? I believe it too. I mean, this is something that I wouldn't say is gospel. Don't I look, we find stuff on the internet and we talk about what's going on in the world of health, and this is definitely alarming. It definitely means that if you're somebody who is maybe well, actually either side of this issue, maybe you should check into it a little bit more, because there is a big problem here with us sort of picking the best of, or uh, the least of the two evils. And honestly, I think herd immunity is going to be way better than vaccine immunity any day, because if our whole population of people become immune to something naturally, that's going to be better than injecting yourself with anything that's got heavy metals or other chemicals, whatever it is. Even if the vaccine is effective, a lot of times they're pumping it full with something like mercury or aluminum in order to disinfect, or to make sure nothing lives in it, and then they pump that into you. And it's like, okay, so very alarming for sure. Let's see what else Carol has. Carol's got a good connect with interesting things. Just advertising her next space. Do this. It's difficult. Do it 3 times a week until it's easy. 3-minute cardio fat burn exercise. Interesting. Gotta mute it. Facebook will snatch it up right away. Cullen, what's up, man? Let's see. Warm up hip swing. Okay. Arm cross, arms up, knee drive, foot to hand, jumping jacks, cross jack, back kick, bow and arrow, elbow to knee, front kick. She's doing elbow to knee, right? Or no, foot to hand. Okay. So that was a knee drive before. Got it. Front kick, standing crunch. I'm gonna have to just stop going live to Facebook. Facebook doesn't want people in here for sure. This is insane. Gonna hurt my mental health staying on Facebook. Let's get out of here. We got all of 5 people on the Rumble. Cheers, Rumblers. Let's see, standing crunch. It's a standing crunch. I got to see how she does that. Well, that's the back kick. Okay. It's the bow and arrow, just like it sounds. Let's see. It's like no one can comment or something. What if I go live on my phone to my profile, tell everybody to come over here? I'm pretty sure Facebook has me very limited and restricted, and it's probably glitches when someone tries to pop in and, oh, sorry, this isn't available right now. Oh, I missed the elbow to knee. Dang it. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. Okay. What's the bow and arrow, though? That's the bow and arrow? That looks like dabbing to me. She's dabbing. Cheers, Brenda. Okay. What's the standing crunch? So you got to hold your arms up for the elbow to knee. Makes sense. Makes it a little different than the other one. Okay, front kick, slapping the knee, little knee slapper, or she's slapping the shin, I guess. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's like pelvic thrust to me. She's doing like pelvic thrusts, sort of standing from the waist. Yeah, you won't be seeing me do this live. It's interesting though. That's bookmark that for later. All right, before we keep going on X, let's go over here and just kind of look at some of the headlines. 12 types of honey from clover to manuka and how to use them. Well, I've already had my friend Luke from Riverview Road Apiary, one of our game night all day sponsors, and he talks all about honey on his podcast as well, Beekeeping Buddies. Check it out. Global Tastemakers. This year's top culinary destinations. It's interesting. I don't think we're going to read through it, but spirit season. Try these 3 recipes now. We want something. We want to know about what's happening with our health and food and such. So let's go to news. Food news. What's up? Food brands, food science. We have looked at this recently. Let's see if there's anything new. This popular seafood is being turned into smoked salmon, and it tastes like it too. So it's not salmon. Okay, it's turned into smoked salmon. That sounds weird. Here's what a 2,700 person taste test tells us about the future of plant-based meat. Oh no. Oh no. We might have to look into that because it doesn't sound good. Scientists sent miso to space to ferment, and it's apparently delicious. Fermented in space, I guess. Makes sense. It's a vacuum. New study reveals scientists can pull drinking water out of thin air. Well, I knew that. And they're using food to do it. They're using food to do it. We'll have to check that out. Now, I remember seeing this like water bottle that you could get for biking or hiking or whatever. And that water bottle would pull moisture out of the air over time, and you would have more water to drink. Now, just as a reminder, any water that's coming out of the air is not mineralized. There's not going to be any minerals in that water. Oh, hey, Margaret. Doc. Coco has 3 puppies so far. Okay. Already has puppies. Well, thanks for stopping back in to say hello. I don't know why I don't have any friends on Facebook anymore, but appreciate everybody that comes in. Okay. It's crazy. I'll post a picture and get like 100 likes, Then I do a live show, and the only reason I'm on Facebook, and it's like no one. I'm pretty sure part of that is Facebook restrictions. All my haters like to report me over there, but that's why we like Rumble. Rumble's free. Rumble is free speech. Rumble's where it's at. And I may end up shutting off the Facebook here in a minute. If you're watching me from X, come find me on Rumble. See, we got Kick and X both in the studio with no connection to comments, so I can't even see those anyway. But yeah, come find me on Rumble, guys. So I definitely want to check that out. And the fake meat one. Let's see. Scientists just turned stale bread into cutting edge technology. What? How long does Worcestershire sauce actually last? Sorry, did I scare you, boo boo? That's interesting, but not necessarily something I'm going to read. Faux grass can be made without force feeding animals, scientists say. Foie, foie, foie grass? I don't know what that is. Banana that won't. Oh, yeah, we read that one before. Okay, let's check out some of these stories. Here's what a 2,700 person taste test tells us about the future of plant based meats. It's not going to be good, but they all love it. Key points. Let's just read the key points. Meat sales in the United States rose by more than 5% in 2024, while plant based meat saw a 20% decline in purchases. Okay, so far so good. A blind taste test conducted earlier this year found that most people preferred real meat, but some plant-based meat products performed equally well. Yeah, because they're the ones that are overly processed, like a burger or something, right? Um, Experts say improving flavor and shifting public perception are both key to plant-based meat's future. Shifting public perception. Well, they say it right here. We're going to lie to you in order to get you to eat more plant-based meat. You can't twerk, Brenda. Yeah, I mean, you can do the hip shift. Use some kind of fish slime imitation crab meat to look. It looks gross. I would need it. I wouldn't eat it anyway. Or I would. What are you talking about? I wouldn't eat it anyway. What's up, Alex? Come on in, man. Alex, you would be a good person to have up on the show on a Wednesday. If you want to at least say hello, though, would be awesome. Anyone that wants to stop through on the Facebook side before you go and about your day, appreciate you stopping to say hey. Let's see. In 2024 meat sales, we already read about this. Basically, that's a key takeaway. 2025 Nectar Taste of the Industry report. The plant-based meat sector has experienced a 20%. Okay, we read all this stuff. So, all right, we're not going to read the article if we basically got what we need out of it. But yeah, they're trying to shift public perception. Improve flavor, right? Improve flavor. You know what that means? Add in more garbage that makes you like it and makes you want to eat more. MSG and sugar and whatever else they do nowadays that makes us want more. Add more carbs, right? It could be a plant that doesn't have any carbs. So what do? You add some kind of bread. You add some kind of whatever because that's someone that's already eaten vegan or eaten vegetarian. So of course they're going to eat bread. You add carbs in there to improve flavor, right? Very sad, really. I don't care if you want to go and just eat vegetables and plants for your whole life. Give it a shot. I don't personally think it's possible. There's very, very few people who are able to last more than a few years at most on a vegan diet. That's why vegetarians will still eat things like eggs or other protein sources, but just not from an animal or with an animal with a face or whatever. Like there's a lot of varying degrees of people that don't want to eat the meat. My son does not like meat for the most part. Like there's very few that I can get him to eat. And I think we talked about this on People in the Boxes not too long ago. There is a conspiracy theory that partly the drive to eat less meat is coupled with a lot of our children's cartoons and children's programming where it's talking animals, anthropomorphic animals, and we give them souls and feelings and all these emotions, and they get to, they're the little animal presidents and mayors and teachers and little animal everything we are. And then our kids, like my son, I think my son doesn't want to eat animals because of that. Like, we don't eat animals, he said one time. And I was like, well, what do you mean? We do every day. You eat meat. You ate meat yesterday. So it's just one of those things. Just waking up. That's okay, Alex. I'm just bugging everyone that I can see that says they're watching, but they don't want to say hi. Not saying that's you. Just as they come in. Oh, hey, I missed one. I missed one. If that makes people not come in at all, that's okay. I uh I gotta protect my mental health here. You know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, we'll move on. But yeah, this is just it basically lines up exactly with what I would have expected. And this website is definitely leaning the other direction from what I've seen. So they would have liked it to be all about, positive feedback, but evidently most of us don't want to eat that stuff. Now, but let me finish my point. Why do you have to hide it, like dress it up as meat? There's no reason at all that it has to be dressed up as meat. If you're someone who's a vegan or a vegetarian, just eat the vegetable. That's what it looks like. That's what it is. Why don't we shape our vegetables in the shape of people's faces, or why don't we shape them in, like, other shapes? Like, why does it have to be shaped into meat in order for you to think that you're eating meat? The whole concept to me sounds ridiculous. It sounds like um, a way to try to enslave people, at least with our diets. And don't get me wrong, man. There's plenty of vegetables I think are good for you, but at the same time, I personally think most people survive better and thrive better off of a mostly meat diet. I'm trying to I'm going to try to switch to that. My son doesn't eat meat, and so, or doesn't eat very much meat, so it's hard for me to try to do that, but we're working on it. I've done the carnivore diet before. I've talked to my friend Hamad. He does mostly carnivore. It's good, but I'm not saying that you should do it. But I am saying that they shouldn't be trying to force us to not eat meat. That's a manipulation, a control tactic. Meat is not for us plebes down at the bottom here. Okay, what's this one? A new study reveals scientists can pull drinking water out of thin air, and they're using food to do it. Okay, fighting food waste and water scarcity at once sounds like a great idea to us. Okay, let's see what's up. Brenda says, my kids didn't until they were like 11. They preferred veggies before that. Okay, Soylent Green, it's that movie all over again. Yeah, it's people. We're eating people. Well, we're going to waste not, want not, right? So they do these key points now, so I don't have to read the article. That's interesting. I don't mind reading, but sometimes you don't have to read the whole thing just to get what you want out of it. Um, Researchers developed a sustainable method to harvest water from the air using hydrogels made from food scraps and other biomass. Okay, so they're going to get water out of poop. Like, when they say other biomass, there's not many things that they would be talking about. You know, they would say it brush or like debris, biomass like urine and poop. Their technology can extract up to 3.75 gallons of clean water per kilogram of material daily, 95% water recovery after mild heating. Per kilogram of material. Per kilogram of shit, they can get you almost 4 gallons of water. Let's go. Hey, Scott. I can pull clean water out of thin air. It's called condensation. Yeah, that's what I thought too, man. I was talking about it before you got in here. They have a water bottle that you can take with you on a hike or a bike ride, and it will fill itself back up over time, taking water out of the air. But they worded it wrong. Like, this is a ridiculous way to say it. Out of thin air. That's not true. It's not coming out of thin air. It's coming out of food waste and poop and pee pee, I'm sure. Um, the biodegradable system offers a scalable, low energy solution for clean water access. With potential uses in households, agriculture, and emergency situations. So, is there a picture? I mean, this picture doesn't give me the process. Let's go down through here. As scientists globally explore innovation methods to enhance access to water, a team of researchers from the University of Texas at Austin has developed a groundbreaking solution extracting water from thin air, and they're utilizing food scraps to do it. So they don't have like they're not talking about the actual machine they're using. The peer-reviewed scientific journal Advanced Materials. Let's see what that's about. So you need a piece of material cooler than the air temp, right? But yeah, then it can be like the shape too. So I saw an invention years ago, which was literally just a piece of cardboard. You cut a piece of cardboard the size of your window, and they went around town. This was in a village in Africa, and they went around collecting empty water bottles, scrap like garbage water bottles. They cut just the top of the water bottle off like a cone shape, and they would take the lid and they would put holes in this cardboard, lined up holes in the cardboard all the way down, and they would take the lid off of the cone shape of the water bottle, put it through the cardboard, screw the lid back on. I mean, they put a hole in the lid, but then they'd screw it back on, and basically the condensation would make the air cooler in the house, in the home, in the hut, by just the shape of the opening as the air comes into the house, if that makes sense. You know what I'm talking about. Condensation. It's kind of like when you pierce your lips and you when you blow on something, it can feel cool, but if you open your mouth and that's actually really hot. It's hot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it gets warm. It's warmer. It's exactly the same principle behind it, right? University of Texas. Yeah, they're like, "How can we get water out of poop?" Let's see. To do this, the team created molecular functionalized biomass hydrogels made out of everything from food scraps to seashells that have the ability to absorb massive amounts of water relative to their weight. So, using scraps that collect moisture, is that what they're saying here? Um, Ooh, I don't know if I don't want to click that button. YouTube will snatch me up. Honestly, it would be great if all of you just came over to Rumble. We could just watch anything we want and listen to anything we want. Do fences can end drought? Do fences? Now I saw another design, Scott. Appreciate you coming in, brother. The they bury a big like gourd shaped container, and it goes to a really skinny neck that goes up high, and it's like much smaller at the tip. The opening is, and basically that does the same thing. It condenses uh, water and basically fills up under. They bury it halfway up or whatever, and the neck is still sticking out. And by the end of the day, they can unbury it, and there's water in there. So it's kind of a neat idea. This breakthrough, we've created a universal molecular engineering strategy that allows diverse natural materials to be transformed into high efficiency sorbents. Professor of materials scientist and mechanical engineer at the Texas Materials Institute at UT Austin says in a statement, this opens up an entirely new way to think about sustainable water collection, marking a big step toward practical water harvesting system for household and small community scale. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, you know. It's just that I don't know. I don't know about this. Like you can pull water out of the air. This must be like a they're cutting out the middleman, I guess, and they're trying to go directly to substances that collect this gel stuff, water gel, hydrogel. All right. Well, Brenda and Margaret, I'm gonna spin a wheel between you two to see who wants a door prize. Anyone that wants a door prize, you have to go over to Rumble. Drawing water from the ground, right? Dew fences collect it from the air, keeping the groundwater in place. The That's not drawing water from the ground. It's actually it's using the ground to cool and can make the water condense into water, or make the air condense into water, or make the water from the air heavy enough to then collect at the bottom of the container. So it's still coming out of the air. So it sounds like the fence idea you're talking about. Um, Team share they already are working on ways to scale the production of the product, including self-sustaining irrigation system and emergency drinking water devices. Now, there's already devices out there. I mean, I bet a quick search would find a water bottle that pulls water out of air. Look at that. Boom. You got like sports bottles. You've got these bottles. Interesting. You can buy this stuff already. Now, maybe you could look at this two ways. Maybe their process maybe makes more water out of less material, or less time. Maybe it's faster. Or and the other thing is it's reusing waste material, which I think is not really waste. You think of scraps and biomass as waste, but it's not really waste. It all comes back, and it's all reused and more or less needed by the planet. Like if we were to somehow never let any, like always pick up every piece of waste from plants and animals, and like maybe shoot it off into space and just never let it sit on the ground, the plant would starve, or the planet would starve itself over time. Like it needs that reinfusion of the waste. But yeah, this is interesting. You can already buy water bottles that do these things. Is your drinking water safe? Studies suggest chlorinated levels may be too high in the U.S. Well, that is not a question. We know there's chlorine in our drinking water, and we don't drink it. Most people don't drink the drinking water, right? Cullen Smith, man, it says you're watching like six times on the screen. It's Facebook for you. In fact, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna. Scott, I do appreciate you commenting, brother. For some reason, my solo screen is not working, but we're gonna shut it. We're gonna go to Rumble only because Facebook's messing with me, and it's not you guys. It's literally their garbage chat and their useless review process and all that good stuff. It's garbage. So we're gonna go ahead. What time? Yeah, 43 minutes. That's pretty good. But Scott, it's free over here. Rumble exclusives, the only option. Well, you should be able to hear me now. Again, Rumble problems. Man, do I have to have a complaint about every site I use? Holy cow! I sound like a complaining complainer, every day. Try to have fun. I try to bring you some information, something that's entertaining, and I just have to run through ridiculous problems all the time. Oh, thanks, Margaret. Rumble messed up. My sound was gone. I switched to the book. Yeah, it should be back now, Brenda. I had to restart, refresh, and it took my mic away and all this and that. Just a bunch of dumb stuff. And they took away my campaigns too. So I don't know. I guess I don't get anything now. Thought it was just you. No, it wasn't you. It's just me. I have some kind of cloud over my head. Usually we'd say the best things to do with stale bread is to turn it into breadcrumbs. However, one group of scientists is changing how we think about a loaf that's past its prime. February engineer from In February, engineers from St. Vincent College, the University of Pittsburgh, and the University of Pennsylvania revealed the findings of their research, which discovered that bread could be a valuable tool for desalinating, aka removing the salt from water to make it drinkable. Oh, interesting. Okay. Published in the peer reviewed open access journal, Royal Society Open Science, the study details how scientists use stale bread, scientific Pepperidge Farm whole wheat bread, or specifically Pepperidge Farm whole wheat bread. Now, I wonder how much glyphosate is in that bread. Anyway, moving on to more sustainably produce carbon electrodes. The high carbon content of bread allowed researchers to transform it into carbon electrodes, which are electrical conductors that can be used to desalinate water. Hmm. The study was conducted by graduate students David Bujdos and Zachary Kuzel, alongside Dr. Adam Wood, who had previously published a paper on the potential of turning stale bread into carbon electrodes. Okay. Researchers tested two strategies for developing their carbon electrodes from stale bread. To first method involved using a 3D printer mold to stamp the bread into the desired shape, then heating it in a furnace to a very high temperature, 800 degrees Celsius or 1472 degrees Fahrenheit, for an hour, while under a flow of nitrogen gas until it formed a solid carbon electrode. That's interesting. Almost 1500 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour. And there's something left? That's crazy. The second method started with combining bread and water in a blender, molding the resulting mixture into a requisite shape for the electrode, and then popping it into an 800-degree Celsius oxygen-free oven heating process known as pyrolysis. Heard of that? While both methods had their merits, the team noted that the 3D printing strategy created detailed shapes, but the soggy bread mixture yielded sturdier and more. Oh, okay. The mixture was better, sturdier, more precise end products, giving the latter a slight edge as the winner. The best part, both methods work well without calling for the chemicals or expensive ingredients that are required to make many other carbon electrodes. Now that's good news. That's good news. Water desalination has been a major, I guess, hurdle or a major way for people to try to get clean drinking water from the sea. According to Tech Explorer, the researchers hope to continue refining their work and figure out how to mass produce the product to create low cost desalination systems to assist in delivering free or fresh water to people across the globe, an issue of growing concern considering the nearly 1 in 3 people in the world do not have access to clean drinking water, according to the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. So when they say clean drinking water, we also know ways to clean the water. Now, I don't know if they're talking about, you know, seawater when they say it's not clean, because that, to me, that's two different issues. Clean drinking water would be like trying to drink water from a mud puddle, and we have ways of actually filtering that, which is a different issue than desalination, but we'll see. Utilize stale bread as also helps to eliminate a major source of food waste, according to 2021 study at the University of Vas. The world produces some 100 million tons of bread a year, and an estimated 900,000 of those tons go to waste. What? 100 million. So okay, so less than one of those million, but still, that's a lot of bread. That works out to be about 24 million slices of bread thrown out per day. Wait, that's not right. Oh, slices. Okay, the slices of bread. Besides wasting valuable food and resources used to produce it, tossing bread into a landfill has environmental impact and implications. Research published by the Open Access Journal Molecules explains that bread waste presents a serious environmental impact, considering the fact of bread being organic, biogenic waste. Studies have shown that bread is responsible for gas emissions in the form of carbon dioxide or even methane. See, those don't scare me. Those two things don't scare me. So honestly, that doesn't move me at all in that respect. Hey, mom, how are you? Kristen, hello. You came back and said hello this time. Thank you. There's even more great news beyond it. Uh, it's used to making carbon electrodes. Researchers published a peer-reviewed journal, Trends in Food Science and Technology, reveals that stale bread can be repurposed to make everything from textiles and graphene, carbon-based material used for electronics and other devices to bear or to beer. Oh yeah, bread to make beer. So yeah, that's pretty cool. A lot of uses for bread. It's rare to find a win-win scenario, but one that involves providing clean drinking water, reducing food waste, and making the most of precious bread. Sounds like just that to us. Now, again, they don't talk about glyphosate in here. One of the problems with our bread supply is that it's full of chemicals and glyphosate and different pesticides. So that's a big issue with bread right now. Now, if they can somehow guarantee that they're getting clean, or maybe if they clean up our bread supply, then some of this stuff will be useful. But there's a whole factor they're not even mentioning here. They're talking about carbon dioxide and methane, but they don't even bring up glyphosate in here at all. So they don't even care about that. Is it just well, that's part of the carbon, you know? I guess who cares? They don't know about it or care about it. They don't talk about glyphosate on this website though, because like I said, they are on the side of I guess for glyphosate. Uh, they're on the side of speaking about global climate change, but not caring about global poisoning of not global, but at least in America. I think glyphosate is banned in other countries. But that doesn't mean they don't have like a similar version that's just changed a tiny bit. A lot of these people, these scientists, all they have to do is change a formula by a little, like by a molecule, and then name it something different, and now it's legal again. And we don't people don't seem to realize that the uh, formula in everything changes over time, over years of different people coming into it, people retiring, people dying, people taking over businesses. Oh, here's our formula for Ritz crackers. Well, that's probably changed since I was a kid. I don't know of any formula of anything that's probably stayed the same. you know and the biggest thing about our pesticides and stuff, these companies will just keep changing moving the goalpost, changing up a little bit, adding a thing to it, and oh, now it's different. And it's ridiculous. It's okay, Kristen. Everyone's been missing for me, except for a few. That's okay. Bitching about it's not gonna make people like me, but not too worried about that. So let's go next here. Let's go to the marijuana moment, the one that we all are waiting for. 37 minutes ago. They use that same picture all the time. Psychedelic therapy can help reduce problematic alcohol and tobacco use, scientific review shows. Now I believe that, and I've heard that before. Check into that. Pennsylvania House approves bill to legalize marijuana sales through state-owned stores. Oh, there it is. State-owned stores, right? Believe that fact. We got tons of bread every day at the food bank. We just fill carts and set it out for everyone to take. That makes sense. Now, how do you get people to send in their moldy bread? You know, like where's the moldy bread drop off spot for that? Now, I could see them getting um, bread from grocery stores or warehouses if it's gone bad, but I don't know. With all the preservatives and stuff in there, you got preservatives, you got chemicals from when the wheat was growing. Who knows? And then they're going to use that to turn it into carbon. I guess that's probably safe since they burn everything else off. I don't know. Let's see from 18. Oh, so here it is. The House, Pennsylvania House. So it's just one state, but that's what's going to happen. They're going to legalize the country as long as you buy it from a state funded or state owned store. This is a precursor to what's going to happen the rest of the country, in my opinion. You got it from stores, yeah. That's what I was thinking. The stores would do that, but you're not going to get it. So maybe there's a way that they could, have like a home system that you can just throw your bread in when you don't need it anymore. Let's see here. Colorado lawmakers send psychedelic bill to governor to allow pardons and implement data tracking. Data tracking. They weren't tracking any data yet. Holy cow. Trump administration Doge cancels university okay, we read that. We read that last week. Cancels university's contract to monitor marijuana potency. So evidently, the federal government had a contract with the university. We can read it to monitor marijuana potency. Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency is touting the cancellation of another marijuana-related federal grant, this time targeting a program that's long tracked cannabis potency levels in seized illicit products. I mean, we have little tester machines now that any police department could put the bud in. The contract has historically been awarded to the University of Mississippi, which for decades was the sole federal authorized cullinator of marijuana. Oh, that's right. I remember that. That was the story last week. Mississippi was growing cannabis for the government for a long time for research purposes, right? But it also received funding through the National Institute of Drug Abuse, NIDA, to monitor cannabinoid content such as THC and CBD in confiscated cannabis. The contract has now been ended as part of Doge's mission to make significant government spending cuts. I'm with it. I'm for it. Like, what's the reason that we need to monitor the potency? Like, you just have to take a poll, or like just pay attention to all of the cannabis influencers out there and all of these bigger shows that talk about cannabis. I mean, it's not hard. I don't think that we need to pay for that through the government, in my opinion. That contract has now been ended. We just read that in the last 2 days. Agencies terminated 148 wasteful contracts with a ceiling value of $420 million. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? $420 million in savings of $198 million. Wait. A ceiling value of 420 and a savings of 198 million, including a 143,000 Health and Human Services contract for the potency monitoring of confiscated marijuana samples, Doge said in an X post on Monday. According to the NIDA, the contract with the University of Mississippi involved amazing samples of cannabis submitted by the Drug Enforcement Administration and state and local law enforcement agencies. All right, I don't know if we have to read the rest of that. Hey, Kayla, Kim, hello. If you ladies would like to tag a few friends, I would have really appreciate it. No one tags on my Facebook anymore. No one helps me out in the Facebook comments. I mean, of course, I tagged people, but they're not here. Um, that's crazy, Kim. What's crazy? Expand a little bit. Is it crazy that they ended the program? I mean, I feel like it's crazy that we were paying that much for someone just to monitor potency levels. Um, according to USAspending.gov, $30,155.76 of the total 142,839 contact amount has already been outlaid to the university. Okay, so they've only given 30,000 to the university, but canceled the rest. Government spending site says the contract has now been terminated for convenience of as of May 1st as part of implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency Costs. Okay, so all right. The contract cancellation comes about 2 months after Doge separately promoted the end of a grant meant to fund a study examining cannabis use risks among LGBTQ plus AAIP individuals, non-binary people, and heterosexual women. Right. We read about this a few weeks ago, and it's discriminatory. It's discriminatory. There's no study on, a government-funded study on how straight people deal with cannabis. You know what I mean? Or straight men, because this one's about straight women and literally everything but straight men in there. So it's kind of that's a weird program. Many advocates had hoped that rather than inhibiting cannabis research, Elon Musk and his team at Doge would seek to cut costs by targeting agencies such as DEA that have uh, perpetuated marijuana criminalization. Well, they make money off of that, though. I think there's a lot of money to be made in the illegal drug business when it comes to the government. Instead, DEA has ramped up recruitment, recently urging people to join them on the front line of the war on drugs. Really? I thought the war on drugs was largely defeated or largely shown to be inadequate. Give mind to the squirrels and birds, your bread. Oh, that makes sense. Makes sense. Even if they currently work as a coffee barista or otherwise have a non-law enforcement background. Okay, so they're worried about people joining the DEA that don't already have law enforcement background. I mean, do they have a training program like any other business? Maybe that's not a business, but any other program. It was also recently revealed that marijuana is one of nearly 2 dozen controversial or high-profile topics. As staff and researchers at the National Cancer Institute are required to clear with higher ups before writing about, according to a leaked memo from within the federal agency. Doge's Musk Doge's Musk, meanwhile, said in February that he thinks it's a great idea to mandate drug testing for federal employees as he pushes to make massive cuts to government agencies and spending. I think it is too. I mean, I don't see why not, unless you are unless because first of all, it's federally illegal still, and if you're going to work for the government, like I did in the military, they drug tested me and they kicked me out because I tested for cannabis, one of the only things that would help me at the time as I was coming home from the war and this and that. The government just, that's their stance, probably because there's there's too much there's too many people backing the side to keep it legal, and maybe because this is the other issue. Most of the time, every time that there's been a bill proposed federally to decriminalize or to make legal for cannabis, they shove in tons more pork. They shove in hundreds of pages of other stuff that doesn't have anything to do with cannabis, just like they do with every other bill, and therefore it never gets passed. It's never going to pass because of that. And if they can't get something out of it, if they can't receive some kind of a bump in power of something, then they won't do it. It's just not going to happen. Um, in response, a Democratic Congresswoman filed a bill that would require Musk and other Doge workers to submit to drug tests. Okay, but they work for the government, so wouldn't they be? There would already be part of it to maintain their special government employee status. This is just dumb. This is just spite and childishness. Doge is literally a government department that was created by Barack Obama. They renamed it. It's the same thing. And so for him to say all government employees, well, that includes them. So this is just posturing. This lady needs more votes or something. She's just trying to look good to her people. While DOJ has made cannabis research related grant cuts, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs recently announced that it's looking for contractors to analyze and explain scientific evidence on medical marijuana. This is good news to clinicians and the general public as part of its systematically testing the evidence of marijuana project STEM. Systematically testing the evidence of marijuana STEM. Interesting. Hi, Diane. How are you? Let's see. Yeah, there is definitely an interesting contrast here because people like so the implication is that Doge is just going after marijuana, right? When in reality they're going after corrupt programs that we've been putting a lot of money into. Marijuana programs, a few of them or however many they have shut down, is just the part of the casualties. They're also shutting down programs everywhere else that we're just spending money for almost no reason. So that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. But that's this website is trying to tell you, oh, they're so against cannabis. But then at the same time, we're allowing the VA to do research. Why is that being allowed? Well, because they're probably legitimate about it and not making up like special demographics of people that's only the only people we're testing for or whatever it is. Um, there's multiple now that we've seen. So there's two at least, and we'll probably see more. What's all this? You may like May 6th, proof cannabis legalization bill. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay. There's probably a lot more, but culture. Bill Maher insists he wasn't high when he had dinner with Trump. Sounds dumb. 3 and 4 marijuana consumers say they appreciate 420 promotions. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, all these are late or for the last time we were here. 7 seconds ago. New York marijuana sales near 1.5 billion total as number of stores nearly triple last year, state report says. Okay. Black owned label on marijuana products increases interest among white consumers, but not black consumers, study says. Yeah, the white consumers are virtue signaling and trying to show you, to say, oh, I'm with you, I'm your ally, instead of just being people and saying, yeah, I like the product or I don't. That's my guess. Like, oh, suddenly increased white consumers. They're the people with white guilt. Interesting. I don't think we really need to read it unless you guys want to. Black ownership signals celebrity or credibility to our group consumers, outgroup consumers. A stigma may suppress in-group identification. Study leads author Shethana Atcher said in a statement about the research. The finding raises critical questions about whether equity policies alone are enough to ensure market success for Black entrepreneurs in the drug industry. In the drugs industry, interesting the way they say that. So it's almost, well, I mean, white people are still the biggest demographic, so why wouldn't they want to increase sales in that direction? I don't see that as a negative necessarily. I just don't see that as being legitimate. I think people are just, oh, I'm doing this to look good. It's virtue signaling. Although you could kind of look at that in the same way as when you say made in the USA. Are you virtue signaling that you're a patriot when you're trying to buy USA made products? Or do you actually see the value in it? And maybe with this, you might see the value in trying to help to support minority businesses or whatever. But there's more minorities than just Black owners. So it's interesting. It's an interesting new study. I don't think we need to go through the whole thing though. See what Farm Week now has going on. That Kid's Rock, or Kid Rock was high when he visited Trump. Possibly. Hey, nobody, what's up? Come on over to Rumble, guys, if you want to get in on the door prize. We got 9 Rumblers right now. Come on over. We'll be spinning the wheel for subscribers here pretty soon. Horse Ranch will help men get their lives back on track. Okay, I'm intrigued. IWA to host annual wheat tour. Wheat tour? Where's the glyphosate? Are they going to talk about glyphosate on here? I doubt it. Another year of favorable favorable yield estimates are expected to be calculated during the Illinois Wheat Association annual tour in the southern region of the state, May 20th. So I've talked about this before, but the fact that we have an Illinois Wheat Association, that's something that's an organization that's not going to want to fail, right? There's probably chairmen and there's people who work for it. They probably got like a custodian. There's people that have jobs with this association, right? And so of course they wouldn't want to come out publicly and say, well, wheat isn't all that good for you. You get some fiber and get some glyphosate, and of course bread's not really that good for you, and pasta's not really that good for you, but it feeds the masses and it gives you calories, if nothing else. They would never want to see that come to the light of day. That hey, wait, we probably shouldn't be eating nothing but wheat. A lot of times, some people's cabinets are just wheat. You got bread and crackers and pasta and all these different things, and I love those things too. Don't get me wrong, but mostly that's because it's sugar. It turns into glucose. So we have that carb craving, right? Anyway, it's a really unique opportunity, they say. IWA president, see, there's president, I'm sure he makes a salary. John Howell told Farm Week, not a lot of farmers get the chance to go in others people's fields and evaluate a crop. Okay, should be evaluated at least some point. Tour participants will split into 4 different groups and gather data from around 20 counties, stopping at multiple fields per county. They will gather wheat head counts, spiculate counts, and note any impacts from pests, diseases, or weather. Or what about glyphosate? Oh no. The data will be calculated and compiled to generate an average estimate for each county and the state. See, they're only worried about yields. We want it to look like wheat, and we want the yields higher and higher and higher. So they don't really care about what the nutrients is in it or what chemicals they're using on it. There's no talk about that in this article so far. Howell said the yield estimate are valuable for growers, millers, and other industry representatives. From a milling standpoint, you want to have a strong, consistent supply of wheat coming in so that they can know what their flour output will be and what kind of quality they're going to be receiving from the farms. He said, from a grower standpoint, you want to understand what else is out there growing outside of just your farm. Yeah, I mean, or what the farmer next door is using on his crop. What's that farmer next door using? All right, let me go back to X real quick. Search Maha and see what the recent hubbubs are. This guy, Dr. Sean Baker, I'd love to have him on the show sometime. He does carnivore diet. He's older than me, and he's looking ripped all the time, like multi-sport world record holding or setting athlete, physician, founder of Rivero.com, but never been there, online clinic for treating chronic disease at the root, author of the carnivore diet. So he's big on carnivore diet. He says, ultimately, Maha will come down to Americans themselves doing it. Governments won't do much. Corporations certainly would rather not. The healthcare system is largely a joke. So like I've said for a long time, it's on you. And that's kind of what started me on this journey, not him specifically, but the fact that we have to take self-responsibility if we want to be healthy. We can't make someone else make us healthy. You can't do that. You can ask someone else for advice. You can You can ask the doctor to patch you up if you get hurt or something, but you cannot expect the health industry to make you healthy. That's just not a possible outcome. They can help you get through an issue, but they're not going to like be there with you all the time once you're out of the hospital or whatever, and to just make you healthy. Um, this guy always tags me, or he didn't tag me this time, I guess, but a farmer that I'd like to have on. There's a there's a page called Maha Action. Another victory for Maha. Florida will become the second state in the nation to eliminate fluoride from its public water systems. Let's go. That's from 17 hours ago. On Tuesday, Governor Ron DeSantis announces his intention to sign legislation that will ban the added addition of fluoride to Florida's public drinking water. So this is interesting. My mom, if you're still in here, Mom, I wonder how the pup's doing. She has a dog, not the puppy, but the older dog who had to go in for dental work to get some teeth removed and teeth cleaning. And they did a fluoride treatment on the dog. Why? Why do they have to do a fluoride treatment on the dog? Does anybody have a guess? Is it because they're paid to do it by somebody? You think they're just given extra money to do something like that? They got to get rid of it. They're paid by some company to. You are here, Kayla. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, I think there's probably a contract somewhere where it's like, hey, if you get rid of this for us, we will pay you. You know, getting rid of fluoride in the drinking water. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Leg day. This guy's getting it. 15 hours ago. Thank you, Rep Chip Roy, for stopping by my office today. It was a great catch up and discuss the ways we can. Maha. Okay. So if you look down this thread, like there's a lot of people, Western civilization then and now. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Imagine being upset about a plan to remove toxins from our food that many other countries have already banned simply because you don't like the guy banning them. Make it make sense. That is a problem I've been having too. It's like, imagine getting upset with people because they want, excuse me, they want more research, not less, more clarity on something like, say, autism. Now, I did listen to or I was at a space on Sunday, Apothecary Space. They talked about autism. They had specialists on, and that it was a very good conversation. But when you come over to Facebook and X are so different in that sense that you basically get drowned out if you're someone that's speaking, common sense. You get a bunch of people on there that just are just screaming from the hilltops. And I've had conversations with several, and I try not to post too much political on Facebook. Of course, those people won't be here watching this show, but it's just funny that it's just like it's no longer orange man bad. It's like it's basically like it was before Trump. Before Trump, you still had the people that just hated the other side. Hated the other side. You're going to have that on both sides, I guess. Extremes, whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't matter. They'll post a meme of RFK and say autism can't be cured and we're not broken. But they don't ever speak about the severe cases, the severe autism cases that have spiked. Um, they say, oh, we can still drive a car and get married and have kids, and not all of them. No, not the extreme cases, which are on the rise. Um, they're talking about people that self-diagnose and say, oh yeah, I'm on the spectrum, so I'm cool. And that's a lot of people do that. Joining me in Utah Monday. Utah has become the first state in the nation officially ban fluoride. Okay, this is April 8th. Yeah, so it's a similar fluoride post from Utah, which is cool. I'm glad they're leading the way. Hopefully, we can all get rid of fluoride in the water. I don't know that we'll ever be able to get rid of chlorine, though. That's kind of a kind of a necessary evil almost, unless we find some other way to purify our water, kill anything that's in there, which we need some of it, right? Some of the bacteria is good. We need some of the minerals, but for some reason, I don't know what I don't know how else we could do it without chlorine. Now you also have like public pools. Public pools, they use a lot of chlorine. I don't know how they could do it without it. I don't like public pools. What do you guys think? Any comment below? Do you go to public pools anymore? I have been many times. I just the last few years I'm just like, I don't think I want to go to the public pool today. You know, that's just me. I do need to put this wheel up real quick. In fact, let's go check to see if anyone added themselves to the list. Kayla was the last one, number 12. Okay. Hi, Rose. Thank you for tagging, Kayla. I had one friend that can tag. Appreciate that. Not seeing today on Rumble. We're live on Rumble. Those are the comments that you see on the screen. I'm surprised. Rumble, Facebook, they all want to keep me down. It's because I'm so awesome. I'm so cool that they have to keep their thumb on the scale because I'm just gonna explode as soon as they let me be seen by real people. I have a dry sense of humor, guys, if you don't know that already, but that could be the case. Who knows? You can also join for free content if you're on Rumble. You can see that join button down below. Join us. Join me to help support me on my mission to build a farm that can be recreated anywhere, an indoor farm, a living grocery store. I have many plans. It's also going to generate electricity. There's a lot of plans with this, and that's what I need you guys for. I want to build a community where we can help each other and help other people. Now, I've been doing a lot of giveaways for the last last year or so. I'm going to be slowing down on the giveaways. Game night, I like game night, but I might have to slow down on those because I'd rather people just join because they want to support what I'm doing and not for freebies. If I lose a bunch of subscribers over that, they weren't really my subscribers in the first place, were they? They were just paying for goodies. All right, number 4. But you can talk to any of my subscribers and they will tell you that they get more back than what they put in, and that's not just from content but also all the giveaways and the perks. There is literally almost no way unless you don't participate for you to not make the $2 back, which is not a lot, but it is more than some people want to pay. But you can actually make money off of it. Does it seem like a good deal? Yeah, I mean, I know it's a good deal, but a lot of people are stuck on Facebook too hard, and I'm still building over on X. So if you haven't followed me on X, we're getting up there. Got some more followers on Rumble too. Shouts out to those guys, and I hope some of my nighttime Rumble watchers would be able to find me during the day. But I realized I alienated a lot of people when I moved my schedule, but it's going to be better for me in the long run. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being here. All right, so William was the winner. You definitely get it back. Oh, the subscription. Yes. Thank you. You definitely do. All right. I'm going to start actually, I'll put the wheel back up for the door prize. We'll get going here. Hi, Rose. Hi, Bean. I see a bunch of people that say they're watching who used to talk to me. I don't know what's going on. All right. Another wheel. But I think Facebook's just lying to me saying people are watching. Okay. Margaret. Brenda. Kayla. Who else? That's it, I think. If you're just watching on Rumble, I would appreciate you hit the like button, and if you want to hit that reshare, that's awesome. Diane, come find us on Rumble. Just go to my profile on Rumble. You should find it there. Here, we're even gonna go. We'll go there now. I want to watch whatever they're putting up. Okay, so if you go to here, oh, hey, we gained another follower today. That's awesome. So yes, right here you should be able to see if you go to live or all should work, but live should pull it right up. You might not see it on like the list of people that are live, but I am here and I'll wait for Diane. I'll wait for Diane. She's one of the real ones. But you guys have to understand Facebook is not my friend. So if you want to come and support me and get in on the ground level as I build this thing, I'm going to remember all of you that were with me around this time. I can see yesterday, but not today. I was just there. Did you go to my profile? I mean, it's there. I just showed it. That's right. I guess we can just spin it. Yeah, I'm not promoting Facebook. So, I mean, clearly I have no love there. So, appreciate everyone that finds me on Rumble. We'll give you a minute, Diane. Give you a minute. Mr. Sprout's just passed out over here. Let's switch it up to the Sprout cam real quick. That dog. Here, let's this way Facebook doesn't get upset with me. There you go. Yeah, it says Rose is watching, but oh, it's a comment. She just typed is watching. That's funny. Well, hello to you too, Rose is watching. We're gonna get Diane over here. Somebody somebody link it maybe. How about that? Go in here this way, and we want to share it. Copy the link. Go to Facebook. Oh wow, doxing somebody's address. Mailed out a mushroom. Wow. Anyway, sounds messed up. All right, Diane, I'm heading to my page. I'm gonna put the link in there. Oh, thanks, Brenda. See that you did. Margaret did also. She hasn't answered me yet. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I don't know. I have subscribers that don't that are ghosting me. It's weird. All right. Well, we're just gonna spin it. Diane, well, give her a minute. She sees the link maybe. Diane, are you still looking? Maybe Rose can't comment right now. Let's go check the. No. Okay. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do see a lot of people who support a bully that I have, a bully that gets in my comments and responds to my posts. Very interesting how many of my friends are supportive of that, but hey, that's something we talk about on the locals after show. You know what I'm saying? Which we're going to get to in just a minute if we can spin this. Diane, it looks like the number went up. Are you here? We'll get them here if we can. Well, thank you, Brenda. You all know why I push for Rumble. It's because of stuff like this. Facebook's chat just broken. It's just broken. Hey, I knew you'd find it. I knew you'd get here. Yeah, if you can't see it on the main page, just go to my actual profile. Should be able to find it there. Thank you, Diane, for popping in on the Rumble. You know I appreciate it. For some reason, I no longer get Rumble campaign. Oh, there's one. They actually gave me one today. We need one more person in the house. One more person. Facebook. I see 4 people watching on Facebook. If you guys want to tag some people, looks like we just reached it. Let's go. Let's do a little have a little conversation about 1775 coffee. My mom just recently said she started trying mushroom coffee or mushroom tea. I think it's coffee, but 1775 actually has an energizing mushroom coffee. They've also got K cups going on. They've got oh hey, they've got a new read here. Let's read this new one here. Still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now it's your shot. Now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped, only 1,000 units. Interesting. Probably have a lot of different flavors in there. I'm just going to read the whole thing because it's new. You're getting the bold dark roast that hits harder than a CNN fact checker, the smooth medium roast, and the Vitality mushroom coffee for clean energy and laser focused. No trash. So the mushroom coffee, I knew they had it. All single origin, small batch, toxic free, and mold free. Plus, but you're also getting a gold spoon clip because Freedom isn't scooping with plastic, or isn't scooped with plastic. Interesting. A frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's political opinions, and a black 1775 tumbler that says, "I don't take life advice or caffeine from a woke sea witch." Interesting. $170 worth of coffee and gear, yours for $99. This is for ones who have been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. Spoiler, it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Uh, Bold bean, clean fuel, and morning routine that stands for something, just like Rumble does. Start your day with coffee that actually backs your beliefs. Interesting. Okay, they have a whole new. They're really trying to get people's goats with some of these ads, aren't they? I tell you what, though, we can read another ad if we get 4 more people in the house. I'll do another door prize if we get there, but we should probably just do the one we set up already. See if Rose came in. No, at least I made it. Yes, thank you, Diane, for the attempt. I mean, just for making the effort. Look, I know it's a what's the word? It's a there's a word for it, but the phrase "freedom isn't free." You know, it might sound silly to some people, but there's a cost. You know, and the cost right now on the internet is to find places that allow you and don't secretly shadow ban and reduce your reach and stuff like that. So for you to make the effort to come on over to Rumble, and for anybody that decides to buy the 1775 coffee, like you're supporting Rumble by doing that, and by all means, if you're a leftist, Antifa extremist, whatever you want to call the other side, you can make a podcast on Rumble too. It's not just it's a freedom of speech platform. You can say whatever you want about Orange Man and about every man, whatever you like. You can go over there and do it. So it's not just for people that want to hear from stifled voices like doctors and uh, uh, different politicians and all that kind of stuff. You want to hear more voices and not less. All right, I gave you enough time there, Rose. I'm just gonna spin it. Hey, Chris, I see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Kelly. We're doing the door prize from Rumble today. We're past an hour already, so I can't be going backwards, but we may do another one if we get 5 more people in here in the next. Let's see, how much time do we have? Oh, there's no wait time, I guess. Oh no, here it is. No? I guess we can read it as soon as we get 25 in here. Let's do it. Brenda, looks like you're getting the door prize today. Congratulations, Brenda. I know you're here. Maybe we should give out another door prize if Facebookers want to start tagging people and tagging friends in here. We can do a door prize for the Facebook side, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I have my doubts. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, you guys. Hit that like button and share it out. Find some friends, because I don't have any. So if you all want to find me some friends, it would be great. Yeah, we made 46 cents on a 1775 read. That doesn't seem like as much as they were giving me, but I'm also getting something from being in the creator program. I'm not 100% sure what, but I'm getting something. Might want to leave you 3 ladies on here for the second door prize. Got 5 in the house on Facebook. If you get 5 more, all we need is 5 more. I'll even start tagging a few friends. Well, people that I know, I guess. Who else can I tag? Tag, tag, tag. We can get to this, then we can get out of here. Would like to go over and do a little after show. I'm glad you wrote it that way, Chris, because that could have been bad for you otherwise. I think you should leave them. They're on Facebook too. Leave the friends? Leave what? Oh, the 3 that are on the wheel. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good call. Chris, tag a friend. Tag, tag, tag. Let's see if we could find 5 more people, and we can do another giveaway. In fact, let me check something real quick. I don't know. I don't see a timer right now, so I might be able to read it immediately. Oh no, here it is. You can start. Okay, 15 minutes. It'll take us that long to get 5 more people in here. But if I put the wheel back up, that helps. Like, huh? What wheel? Wheel? What's this? Let's see. Brian. Let's see. Macy. Tag you. Who else? Tagging people who might be busy. We'll see. Oh, well, I'm going the wrong direction, so we'll just get out of here. I'm not going to hang out for hours just for that. If you want to watch the beginning of the show, we went over a lot of different stuff going on. Probably missed something, but leave a comment below if there's anything health, wellness, food, nutrition that maybe we missed on the show. Comment, and we will. I'll respond. Now I'll play my dog on the way out. Oh, just kidding. All right. He likes this, though. He's a good boy. All right, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Or no. You know what? I might still do a morning show on people in the boxes, kind of like a pre discussion of the topic, and then we'll get together with the panel on the 8 o'clock Central Time at night for people in the boxes. I think that's what I might do. Depends on the topic, and maybe if not, I might just do like a sort of current events live stream in the morning in general, because I like doing that. But we will see you tomorrow either way. And actually, I'm going to go over to Locals right now for anybody that's interested in listening to some tunes and watching some Kill Tony and having a little midday sesh. We'll be there in just a couple of minutes. Let me close. Wow. What is going on with these Rumble Studios, man? They just want to, they hate me. I'm just kidding. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Remember, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Waylon the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle.